You know, we all think of grammar as this dusty, old rule book, right? Something you had to memorize in school. But what if I told you it's actually a secret weapon, a tool for telling truly incredible stories? Today, we're going to unlock the hidden power of the past tense and see how it can turn flat facts into some real drama.
Okay, let's start with a really simple story. I walked home, I saw a friend. It gets the job done. It tells you what happened, A, then B. But let's be honest, is your heart racing? Not really. It's just kind of there.
And that's the thing. This is just information. It's not a story. It feels like a report, not like something you're experiencing. The feeling, the emotion, it's just missing. But don't worry, we can totally fix that.
So let's take those exact same two events and just give them a little grammatical makeover. Ready? Watch what happens here.
And boom, I was walking home when I saw an old friend. Whoa. See that? Instantly, there's a story. We've got a whole scene, this walk home, and it gets interrupted by a surprise event. That tiny little change just brings it to life. So what's the secret? How did that work? Well, we're using two different types of the past tense, and each one has its own special superpower. It's time to meet our grammatical superheroes. First up, let me introduce you to our action hero, the past simple tense. This is the star of your story, the one who makes things happen. The action hero's whole deal is completed action. This tense is for the main events, the plot points, the punches, the things that move your story forward. It happened. It's done. Pow. That's your action hero. Our action hero gives us this really clean, clear sequence of events. She woke up. Boom. She had breakfast. Bam. She left for work. Pop. It's just one finished action after another. It's the perfect way to build a solid timeline. But, every action hero needs a world to save, a stage to perform on. And that brings us to our second amazing tool, the scene setter, also known as the past continuous. Now, the scene setter isn't worried about the main plot. Its job is to create the world where the plot happens. Its superpower is pure atmosphere. It describes what was happening all around, setting the stage for our action hero to make a grand entrance. For instance, think about this. The birds were singing, and the sun was shining. This isn't one single event. It's a mood. It's a vibe. These actions were in progress, creating this beautiful backdrop. It's not just about what happened, but what it felt like. You can totally picture that, can't you? You can almost feel the sun. That is the magic of the scene setter. It just pulls your audience right into the world that you're building. So we have our action hero, and we have our scene setter. And yeah, they're great on their own, but the real fireworks, the real magic happens when they collide. That's where you find the drama. Okay, let's build a little story together. First, the scene setter paints us a picture. I was reading a book. See? We have our ongoing background action. It's calm, it's quiet, we're setting up this nice, peaceful moment. And then, bam, the phone rang. Our action hero strikes, interrupting that calm scene with a short, sharp action. That peaceful reading moment, gone. And that collision creates instant tension. So let's just break it down real quick. Our action hero, the past simple, is the short, punchy, interrupting action. And our scene setter, the past continuous, is the long, ongoing background that gets interrupted. It's the perfect team. One is the setup, the other is the punchline. Okay, you've got the theory down, you've met the team. Now it's your turn to be the storyteller. Let's put this brand new toolkit to the test in a quick little workshop. All right, here's your first challenge. You're the writer now. Which part here is the long background scene, and which one is the sudden interruption? While they play outside, it suddenly start to rain. Take a second. Think about it. How would you write that? And the answer is, they were playing. That's our long background scene, our scene setter. And then the action hero strikes. It suddenly started to rain. The ongoing fun gets interrupted by a sudden event. And just like that, you've got a mini story. Okay, let's try one more. This time the stakes are a little higher. We've got a specific life-changing event that happens during this long background experience. She meet her husband while she travel in Italy. How do you tell that story? Exactly. The long, beautiful backdrop, the scene setter, is she was traveling in Italy. And right in the middle of that whole amazing journey, you get the key action hero moment. She met her husband. The grammar itself tells us what the setting was and what the unforgettable event was. And that's really the whole difference. You're not just listing facts anymore. You are now officially equipped with two really powerful tools to build atmosphere, create drama, and tell stories that actually feel alive. You know, this is what it all comes down to. This quote really nails it. Grammar isn't just a bunch of random rules, it's the logic, the structure that gives our stories meaning and power. It's the blueprint that turns a simple sentence into a scene your audience can actually step into. So, you know the difference now. You're not just reporting the past, you're telling a story. You've got the action hero and the scene setter in your toolkit ready to go. So the only real question left is, what story will you tell